Just a few hours, the so-called Doomsday Mom murder trial resumes for day 3 in Idaho. Lori Vallow Daybell is accused of killing her children and conspiring with her ex-husband to kill his ex-wife. That is her current husband. Day 2 provided some gruesome testimony. The lead detective described the burial site of Chad Daybell's property where the children's bodies were found. During the testimony, Vallow Daybell asked to leave the room, which the judge denied. We're going to bring in criminal defense attorney Jonna Spilbor now. Jonna, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So have you seen it before where there has been a defendant that is asked to leave during testimony?
You know, this was highly unusual yesterday, but this entire case has had an air of weirdness about it from the get-go. Now, we have seen historically that sometimes a criminal trial can go forward without the defendant in the courtroom, but that typically happens when the defendant, flies the coop, is on the lam, and a court says, listen, we're going to convict you whether you're here or not. That's not what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is there was some, as you described, very gruesome evidence that came to light. The jury had to see pictures of the remains of Lori Daybell's dead children. Now, Lori also had to watch that evidence, and because she did not want to see any of it, she made her attorney make a motion to the court to excuse her from the courtroom. And the judge rightfully said, not going to happen. We have to be here. You have to be here.
There is no doubt that the footage that was seen was very gruesome, and no one would want to see that. But I do wonder, too, the prosecution strategy has sort of been to make this woman out to be very cold, very unfeeling. And I wonder if this motion, even if it didn't get her out of the courtroom, does at least send a message to the jury that she is not that way, that she cares, that this will impact her emotionally, that this will bother her.
Well, you know, it was really one of the few instances where she did show emotion. I mean, people can look back, not the jurors, hopefully they haven't seen this, but prior to trial, when her children were missing, she and her husband were living their best life in Hawaii. She didn't act like she had any emotion whatsoever. So the fact that she actually did show emotion yesterday makes her a little more human, and the jury should expect her to have emotion because some of the jurors themselves even wept. I mean, the description of the children and the remains that were dug up off her husband's property is just heartbreaking. I don't care who you are. So, of course, she should have had some emotion. The prosecution did make a note that if the judge was going to let her out of the courtroom, unfortunately, the judge did not, that they would be able to comment on to the jury that her departure was not the fault of the prosecution. But we didn't get there yesterday.
Well, OK, so we did see the lead detective on this case deposed, not deposed. He was questioned by the prosecution. He's going to be cross-examined by the defense today. So what do you expect?
You know, this is rough. I don't think the cross-examination or this particular witness is going to change Lori Daybell's strategy. And her strategy basically is, it wasn't me. And unfortunately, she's got 2 other people that she can point her finger at. Her husband, number 1, and her brother, Alex, who is dead. So he definitely isn't going to be able to take the stand and testify against her or defend himself. That's a very convenient defense for Lori Daybell, and it may actually work. So we shall see. This case is going to continue for 2 to 3 months. That's a really long time for this.
We are going to see a lot of testimony, and Jonna, I'm sure we will have you back. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.